Peace. This is Brother Hot Tim coming at you live on Giami Journey, and a thought hit me and I wanted to share it. This one is a story that I picked up from Batman, The Dark Knight Rises. And I hear people talking about several scenes from the movie, but I'm going to talk about my favorite scene from the movie. Now, I need to set the scene. Those of you that seen the movie, there's a scene where Bane and Batman have their first showdown, and Bane breaks Batman's back. But instead of killing Batman, he flies him all the way to the other side of the world to put him in a prison, which is basically a hole in the ground. That's about, let's say, about 200 yards deep, maybe about 200 yards deep down, and the prisoners can look up and see the sun from the prison. And there are really no bars that hold these people in this prison. The only thing that stops them from escaping is the climb. And here's the scene. I'm going to read it to you. Bruce Wayne, or Batman: why didn't you just kill me? Bane: you don't fear death. You welcome it. Your punishment must be more severe. Torture? Bruce Wayne asks. Bane says, yes, but not of your body, but of your soul. Bruce Wayne: where am I? Bane: home, where I learned the truth about despair, as you will. There's a reason why this prison is the worst hell on earth. Hope. Every man who has ventured here over the century has looked up to the light and imagined climbing to freedom. So easy, so simple. And like shipwrecked men turning to seawater from uncontrollable thirst, many have died trying. I learned here that there can be no true despair without hope. So as I terrorize Gotham, I will feed its people hope to poison their souls. I will let them believe they can survive so that you can watch them clamoring over each other to stay in the sun. You can watch me torture an entire city, and when you have truly understood the depth of your failure, we will fulfill Ra's al Ghul's destiny. We will destroy Gotham, and then, when it is done and Gotham is ashes, then you have my permission to die. Now, I like that scene for so many different reasons. One of the things that sticks out to me is the relationship that Bane points out between hope and despair. And one of the things that I noticed about this whole scene was that there really was no bars holding these people captive. These people were held captive by their fear of climbing. And then you have individuals that would try to climb out, but they would have a big rope that would make sure that they could not fall to their death. So you will see different scenes where people were trying to climb out of this prison, and when they needed to make the crucial jump, they would try to jump to reach the ledge, but they couldn't make it, and they will fall back down and be caught by the rope. Now, one of the things that stuck out to me about this whole scene is that hope without courage becomes poisonous to the soul. Now, for those of you that's on the journey, hope is a beautiful, beautiful thing. But hope alone by itself, and hope without courage, becomes poisonous. And what I mean by that is that when you just sit and you hope, and you take no actions to reach your dream, or in the case of the individuals in this prison, take no actions, no serious actions. You're not putting your life on the line to become free or to get what you want. that hope turns poisonous and it contaminates your soul, and it eventually turns into despair. Despair is when we lose our hope, when hope, in a sense, is flipped to its opposite, because we have been hoping so long and have been frustrated and disappointed so many different times that we give up. But hope requires courage. See, because when we're hoping for our dreams and when we maintain our hope, we got to build the courage to work towards it and understand that we reach our goals in minor steps, in little things. A bunch of little things done in succession correctly leads us to success. All right. So when I seen this scene and I was watching this, I was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? That whole relationship between hope and despair. How many of us are like those individuals caught in a prison where we could look up and we could see the freedom that we want? We could look up and we could see it, and it's almost we could reach out and touch the sunlight. But because we are scared to make the climb, we never really bring our dreams to fruition. How many of us have been living our life in a hole in the dark, and we have just out of despair just accepted being in the hole, accepted the limits that have been placed on us by society. Society is this hole and it has placed limits on us. But there's a whole world out there for us to explore. We remember it in the crevices of our mind. We remember the freedom that we have. We dream about it. But when it comes to taking action, we are held back. Now, the other piece that came from this whole scene is that you will have individuals that will be bold enough to walk out and tie a rope around their waist and try to climb out. And Batman had to heal himself to try to climb out. And as he would try to go out, he did it like everybody else. He put on the rope that would secure his fall, not realizing that it was the rope that may have been holding him a prisoner. A lot of times we want to go for the things that we hope for, but we want the safety net. We want we want to feel safe in doing what it takes. But as Batman found out in the scene, the only way that he could truly ever get out of this prison was to throw it all. Because when he jumped from one angle to another, the rope, because of the extra weight, would make it impossible for him to make it across. And the only way he could do it would be in a last-ditch effort leap of faith from one end of the hole to the other end of the hole so that he could grab hold of a foothold to pull himself up and out. Many of us, we live in we talk about we moving towards our dreams, but we got the rope that connects us. Because think about this, the rope connects you to the very prison that you're trying to escape. And sometimes you got to just drop that rope. You got to drop that rope and move in faith. That's why I say hope requires courage. Because when we move towards what we want in life, we got to give it all. We got to give it all. Because as long as we hold on to the safety nets weigh us down. And when we have to make that death-defying leap, that extra weight is going to pull us down. A lot of times we got to prepare for what and it takes courage to get up and prepare. It takes courage to keep working towards what it is that we want. But I just wanted to share that. And that was on my mind the whole weekend, because I've been listening to my all my favorite scenes from movies and all these lectures over. I've been studying. I've been preparing myself. You know what I'm saying? And I'm taking the rope off so that I can make my climb and make my death-defying jump. All right. Now, this is Brother Hot Tim. I'd like to thank you for listening to the journey. This is going to be a podcast. It's not live and direct, but I would like to thank all those that take the time to listen to what I have to share. And with that, I say peace. I pray that your day will be as beautiful as you are.